Welcome everyone. Today I will discuss with you about the quality circles of production and operation management. We are already reading about the quality and how to maintain a quality of particular product. So, what is quality circle? Quality circle is a small group of employees that are volunteer in performing quality control. TQM, as we have already read, that total quality management is dedicated for the uh, to maintain a proper quality. So, quality circles are a small group of people where only the employees are totally voluntarily performing only for the quality control activities within an organization where its members work. So, quality circle is also a kind of, we can say, a department found in each and every particular concern that these particular members only dedicated, or we can say fully volunteer to find the problems and to find the cause and the effect of the particular causes. Okay, the small group of employees carrying out its work continuously as a part of company fight program of quality control, we can say. Next one is self development, mutual development, and flow control and improvement within the organization. So basically, the working of these employees are wide program of quality control. They basically works and they can do the work for quality control. They will discuss with the people, different people in the organization. So they start a program, or can say a training program related to quality development. Next is self development. It also works for self development because through the quality circle processes, a company would be able to identify what are the basic purposes, or we can say basic reasons uh, through which we can through which are harm going to harm our particular organization, or we can say a people. So self development is also a very useful demand, we can say, for an employee. Okay, mutual development. Yeah, we have to think about the mutual development to your also and your organization. You have to line up with you, with the organization, connect with the organization, and think about the mutual development. Next is flow control. Yes, we have to check the flow of the project, and then we control the things. If the finished, there is a problem in finished good or in our production process, and we have to find out where we have to where are the process occurring, and how to control and how to resolve these particular problems. Next one is improvement. Yes, after finding the cause, the product will go for the improvement process. So improvement is also a very important function of organization. By engaging in quality circle activities, the circle members gain valuable experiences in communication with the colleagues. Through the quality circle, there are now the members, those who are working only for the quality, to maintain the quality. So it is very important, or we can say this is a part that they are communicating with each other, so that they can resolve the problems. They can say said, or they can talk to each other easily, and can tell, yeah, these are the problems, and how to find a solution of this. Okay, to you have to be clear with your colleagues, or very professional for your work, so that you are only doing for the quality management. So you have to be very clear that this is the actual fault, and the reason of the fault is this. They are working together to resolve the problem and share their findings, not only among themselves, but with other circles at the companies. There are another circles of the companies or people through which we have to consult. So these are some ISO certification which has made by government, and every company have to be particularly certified by these ISO certifications, so that they would be able to launch good products, and they can the company are responsible for the faults. Okay, ISO is a international organization of standards. The latest version of ISO is 9002 2019. Uh, Maybe another ISO certification are launched, but the latest which I know is ISO 900 9002 2019. Second one is ISO 900, which has been started from the ISO 9000. ISO 9000 was the industries which covered in 9000 is all industries included software development. All the software industries were included in ISO 9000. ISO 9001 is a manufacturer, engineering, and construction firms. Basically, there are some companies like manufacturing companies, engineering companies, and construction firms were included in ISO 9001. In ISO 9002, there are some chemical organizations which are going to produce some chemicals for or can say the chemical industries are included under 9002. Next is ISO 9003. In the 9003 ISO certification, all the testing and inspection departments are included. It means we can say the research department also included in ISO 9003. ISO 9004, quality management and quality system. So, who are working for the quality management, ISO gives the certification in ISO 9004. What is quality certification? These are the quality certification which has to be which should be there in food safety and security companies, national accreditation board, Indian standard institutions, and technical standards. So basically the first one is FSSAI. All the companies which are working for food safety and security, we can say they are producing the day by day products or daily consuming products, for eatables, so they are included in Food Safety and Security Authority of India. All National Accreditation Board for Testing and Calibration Laboratories are comes under NABL. It means the particular blood collecting machines, or we can say blood collecting sample SRL or Dr. Lal Path Lab. They are some famous labs of India, which is comes under NABL. This is the ISI certification, yani Indian Standard Institutions. Next is TS, yeah, technical standard, which shows from 14,000 to 17,000. Next topic is what is zero defects and what is zero defectives. That is already known. We have already talked about the quality. So we want to know that what are the reasons of defects and how to remove the defects. So zero defectives are the term, or zero defects are the term of business practices which aims to reduce and minimize the number of defects and errors in a particular process to do things right at the first time. Okay, so the concern of zero defect is to produce the product with zero defect at one time only. Okay, without error. We have to produce without error. The overall effect of achieving zero defect is to maximization of profitability by improving the quality and reducing the cost. If a company is producing the best to best products in only manufacturing process in one time and zero defects are found, it can save the particular quality management cost, and it can save the reducing the overall cost of the organization, because maintenance cost, or we can say re-engineering cost, is very high for every company. So try to make the product with zero defect. Okay, every company are concerning that they have to follow about the zero defect method. The advantage of zero defect method is cost reduction caused by a decrease in waste, reduction due to fact of increased productivity, increased customer satisfaction and retention in increased profitability. Next comes or related with the quality is Poka Yoke. What is Poka Yoke? Let's discuss about it. It is a Japanese term, as we have to understand through the name only that it is a Japanese term that means fail safing or mistake proofing. Means product is totally fail safing. It cannot fail after the after production. And mistake proofing yani कि we have to make a product with a mistake proofing concept. A Poka Yoke is a technique or tools that can be applied to any type of manufacturing process. Poka Yoke is a term which is using by all the organization or applied by all the organization in the manufacturing processes. It helps an employee to avoid Yukaru any type of mistakes. Yukaru means mistakes. Avoid the mistakes. Or Poka. Poka means fail. So we have to avoid the fail or we have to save our product from the to occurrence of the mistakes. The purpose of this concept is to eliminate the product defects by preventing, correcting, or drawing attention to human errors as they occur. Yeah, the basic purpose of this try to eliminate the product defects, okay, in the manufacturing process only, or prevent the product from the defects, correcting if there any defect found, the correction should be done, or drawing attention. So each and every particular circle, we can say a cycle of the production, we have to be attentive that we have to save the product from the mistake proofing production, or we have to save a particular production process by the human errors. Next one is this can be implemented at any type of manufacturing process where something can go wrong or an error can be made. So it is as we have already read that it is implemented in any kind of manufacturing process where some things can go wrong or an error can be done. So the let's come towards the next topic, and this topic is called benchmarking. Very important term. You have already listened about it. Every company is using this term. What is benchmarking? Benchmarking is a process that measuring a company's performance against that of best-in-class companies, determining how the best-in-class achieve those performance level and using the information as a basis for the company's target, strategies and implementation. Yeah, benchmarking means a standard. A company has setting a standard that this kind of product I am going to produce and always I will achieve this standardization. Okay, this is my benchmark product. Suppose we are talking about a simple Dettol. Okay, Dettol company is making the product Dettol from last 70 years, but the quality of this particular product is always same. So this is a benchmark of this particular company. Okay, if we are talking about some technological things like if we are talking about Apple phone or Apple tablets, so these have a benchmark or we can say a standard set by this company. Nobody can copy this particular product because it is already having patent. Nobody can copy this. Okay, so this is a benchmark of this particular product. What are the performance level of product, how they can, what kind of software they are using, or we can say nobody can copy this. Okay, and any company which are doing or making the product will not leak the process, or which not leak what are the raw material, or we can say the type of methods they are using. Okay, what kind of innovation they are going to use. So this is a benchmark. The types of benchmarking: performance benchmarking, process benchmarking, and strategic benchmarking. So how can we make a benchmark of your product? Either through the performance, either through the process, or either through the strategies. So performance benchmark means pricing, technical quality, product performance, features and services, which have already I have told you that Apple pricing, Apple technical quality is using, what kind of quality they are using, what kind of performance, the performance of Apple phone you know very well, and the features and services. Okay, so this is called a performance benchmark. Next one is process benchmarking. Process benchmarking works when you are making the product. Okay, work process such as billing, order entry, employee training. So this is a thing which is going in a process. Okay, what are the billing process you are using? Are you sending the product in the market when the availability, where the demand of the product is very high? So this is called a process benchmarking. Next one is strategic benchmarking. What is the meaning of strategic? It means how firm process such as billing, order entry, and employee training, all the things which is comes under the internal environment is called the strategy. Okay, what kind of strategies you are making to uh, set a particular benchmark. So this is the process of benchmarking. Number one is decide what to benchmark, select companies to benchmark, obtain data and collect information, analyze data and form action plans, recalibrate and start the process again. So this is the process. How can we set a particular benchmark of your product? So decide what to benchmark. Actually, what you are going to benchmark. Okay, your product, your services, or the different kinds of product you are, if you are making. So what are the particular product which is totally known about the public, that yeah, this is the benchmark of this particular company. Okay, if we are talking about Johnson and Johnson company, so it is the benchmark of this particular company is baby products. Okay, select companies to benchmark. Now we have to select through which companies we are going to benchmark our product. Okay, either it is your own company or with the collaboration of another company. Second thing is, third one is obtain data and collect information. Now you will collect the data to attain the particular standard of your product. You have to make a particular data, or you need an information that how can the other companies making their own benchmark. Okay, or you can create your own benchmark, analyze this data and form action plans. Now you will plan some actions that what are the new things you are going to implement in your product, or uh, how you are making a benchmarking. Okay, next is recalibrate and start the process again. And after the recalibration, we will start this process again and again. Next topic, next move towards another topic is what is business process re-engineering. That is very clear from the term that the something is going for the recycling, or you can say remaking. So remaking is called re-engineering, business process re-engineering. So business process and re-engineering is a process that involves the fundamental rethinking and radical redesign of business process to achieve dramatical improvement in critical contemporary measure of performance, such as cost, quality, service, and speed. So if we are talking about re-engineering, means you are going to rebuild your product or reform your product, okay, redesign of your product. So the appearance of your product, the aesthetic of your product, the features of the product are totally going to change. So if we are talking about we can say the models of the car. So if in a if we are talking about the 90s era, the models of the cars were different. Okay, after some technological advancement, you see that the cars are also going towards the more automatic mode. Okay, there are some remotes are given by the companies with the car that you can auto lock to your cars, or these are the screen in which you can see behind, and you can see what is what are the vehicles are coming from the front and what are the vehicles are coming from the back. So this is a screen. So in the latest versions of car, you can see the driving also has done by the AI. So this is called business process re-engineering. As per the technological advancement, you are also advancing your product or re-engineering your project. Sorry. Next one is the requirement of successful VPR process. How can we successfully rebuild our product? Number one, fundamental undertaking of process, creative thinking to break away from the old tradition. First of all, this is also a very needed thing, that the things are as we know that old things are obsolete. People can bore by the old things, so they won't change. So as the thinking should be creative as per the time or as per the era. Next is effective use of information technology. Yeah, you have to use new technologies, new IT in your product. Okay, so these are some steps using by the business process re-engineering. Number one is state a case for action. First of all, we have to find out which product want to reform. What are the products? Okay, and what needs are going to change. First of all, just make a data of what you are going to change. Okay. Second thing is identify the process for re-engineering. For re-engineering, which kind of process you are going to use, what kind of softwares you are going to use, which kind of manpower you needed. Okay, this is also a very big concern. Next is evaluate enablers for re-engineering, information technologies, and human resource issues. Now we will evaluate the particular things. What kind of issues are there? Okay. Next is understanding the current process. On that process you are already working. First of all, we have to know about it. Okay. Shall we add some more things in particular process, or we have to start in a new way, totally new way, the new machines, or we can say new types of procurement. You need a new type of raw material. Everything is totally new. Okay. Or we are working as per the old pattern, or we will change some, or we can add some things in old pattern. Okay, next is create a new process. How can we create a new process? We have to plan for that. Next one is implement the re-engineering process. Now the time which have already planned, now the time is to implement these processes for the re-engineering. Next one is the 5S concept. What is the meaning of this concept, and what is 5S for making a standard of the product, making a particular quality of the product. So 5S is a workplace organizations method that use a list of 5 Japanese words. So these you can see in this diagram. There is a circle showing in the screen, in which you can see that in center written is 5S. Now As among these 5S, you can see this the main 5S meanings are also given in this particular diagrams. Okay, so what are these 5S? So first meaning is Siri, second is Seton, third is Siso, next is Sitsitu, and next is Shitsuke. So these all are the Japanese word, and the meaning of Japanese words are sword. Number one, Siri means sword. Seton means set in order. Siso means to shine, and Shitsuke means standardize the product, and Shitsuke means sustain. Okay, and this is a quality kind of circle which is already working on. We can apply it in our organization and continuous processes. What is sort and series? Yeah, so now I will tell you about what is sort and series in this diagram. Sort, series means sort. Sort means series. Series is a sorting through all items in a location and removing all unnecessary items from the location. It means when we are going to produce something, so we have to select the particular reasons, or we can say we have to remove the reasons which can occur in our product again and again, and that can harm our product. Okay, so CD is a sorting through all the items in the location and removing all unnecessary items from the location. What are the goals of this particular sort meaning? So reduce time loss looking for an item by reducing the number of unnecessary items. When we are checking the products or after finished goods has produced, when we check the quality of these products, we have to we have to do for the sorting things. Okay, what is sorting? In which we select the good product in one side and all the waste product to the another side, so that it will be easy for us to maintain or to select good items for us. Next is reduce the chance of distraction by unnecessary items. Here we do we try to uh, we try to remove the things or unnecessary items which can which can a cause of distraction. Okay, which can give a chance of distraction. We have to reduce that unnecessary items. Next one is simplify inspection. In this point, we are going to simplify the inspection, because we have already reduced or removed the unnecessary items, so it will be very easy to go for the inspection and the inspector to check the products, because we have already side up the products which are which are having defect. Next one is increase the amount of available or useful spaces. Yeah, we are trying to reduce the spaces. Okay, and use the proper space utilization. Next one is increase safety by eliminating obstacles. Here we are going to increase the safety, and we are going to eliminate the obstacles which are coming in the manufacturing process and after in the uh, when finished good is already ready. Next one is how can we implement this sort or Siri in the particular organization. Uh, Check all items in a location and evaluate whether or not their presence at the location is useful or unnecessary. So here we will check the particular location and evaluate this location, that it is good for the particular thing or not. Next one is remove unnecessary items as soon as possible. Place those that cannot be removed immediately in a red tag area. Here we will put all the things which are damaged in a red tag area, so that we can easily picked up, we can say easily identified that this area is a red tag area, and this have or that kind of things which are not useful for us. Next one is keep the working floor clean for material except for those that are in use for production. Next point of this model is set in order. Set in order, or we can say Seton. Seton is putting all necessary items in an optimal place for fulfilling their function in a workplace. It means here we are discussing about the material arrangement. Okay, the arrangement of location or facility layout. So, how can we select all the necessary items? Just take a monitoring and do the select all necessary items at another place and all the waste items in the other place. The goal of this is for the to make the workflow very smooth and easy. Next is what is shine or CISO. CISO is a sweeping or cleaning and inspecting the workplace, tools and machinery on a regular basis. As we all know that cleaning is also a very important part of production process or organization. If the production units are not clean and not inspected by the inspector, the damage can occur, or we can say the product efficiency can low just because of un cleaning uncleaned areas. Okay. Point number 4 is standardized or Siketsu. What is Siketsu or standardized is uh, Siketsu is the standardized the process used to sort, order and clean the workplace. This is the fourth process in which uh, we have already sorted, we have already cleaned the workplace and we have organized the places, and after that we will standardize. We will standardize the place. The goal of this point is establish procedure and schedule to ensure the repetition of the first three as practice. In this particular stage we check that before the three things has already done or not. The fifth point and the last point of this particular circle is sustain or self-discipline. And in Japanese word it is Sitsuke. Sitsuke or sustain is a development process by self-discipline of the workers, also translated as do without being told. It means Sitsuke means for the long term organization to sustain the business in long term, we have to work in a proper manner or with full of discipline. Okay, if the self discipline is already have there, so this will be very better option for us. The goal of Sitsuke is ensure that 5 health approach is followed. Now, what is service quality? Yeah, so the next thing which we are going to discuss is service quality. What is service quality? The measuring quality in a service setup is inherently complex since the characteristics of service are different from those as a manufacturing setup. Yes, of course, service quality maintain for the maintenance of service quality that is totally different from the production processes. Okay, service are often performance involve customer as opposed to dealing with the object, as in the case of manufacturing. Most service cannot be counted, stocked, and verified because service is only a thing which is used by the person when he has purchased. Before before giving the service, we cannot check that the service will be good or not. The customer only can tell, yeah, the service will be up to the mark or not. So service quality maintenance is very difficult as comparison to the uh, manufacturing quality. So, furthermore, with the high degree of labor content and the personal involvement of both, the services providers are receivers. Before the quality cannot be judged before the use of the customer. Okay, quality of service only can judged when the customer can avail this service. Next one is what is the Sarvakwal model of service quality? Sarvakwal is a multi-dimensional research instrument designed to capture consumer expectations and perceptions for a service along the five dimensions that are believed to represent service quality. It has five dimensions of Sarvakwal model. The model of service quality, popularly known as GAPS model, was developed by a group of American authors, Parasuraman, Valeria A. Zatham, and Len Berry, in a systematic research program carried out between 1983 and 1988. The model identifies the principal dimension or of service quality, propose a scale for measuring service quality, and suggest possible causes for service quality problem. Through the Sarvakwal model, it has made by the three different authors and tell that how can we identify, how can we check service quality. So these are the scales are as follow. So the scale are called gaps. Five gaps of Sarvakwal model is number one, service firm executive may not always understand. Okay, service firm do not know, do not understand what the consumer want. Okay, so number one gap is what the consumer want. Number two is what features and service must have. Next is what level of performance should be delivered. You can only make a service or you can only deliver a service before you have to know what the consumer need or what a consumer expectation. As per the expectation, you have to meet the consumer services. Okay. Next gap is the means to meet the expectations are absent because knowledge of consumer expectation exists but not the perceived means of to deliver. Here we know that we have already know the what the consumer expectation. Okay, but we don't know the what a consumer perceive after the delivery of your services. The means are known, but they are too expensive to implement. We know the means, but it is very expensive for the implementations. Management is not committed to the quality. Here, management is not included for the service quality because service has given by the service providers only. Gap number three is there is a variability in employees' performance because standard operating procedures and policies are not in place. Because as per the manufacturing process, things are not fixed. Okay, uh, in service, every service can change to the other service, or can be better or can be not better. Okay, so every standard of the services cannot set, procedure cannot set, it can vary person to person. We can easily negotiate with the person, with the customer, that what kind of service he want to add in already service we are doing. Okay, if you want some addition, we will do, or if you don't want the addition, we will give you as per the service models which already I have made. Yeah, we have made. Employees are not trained periodically, leading to skill variance. Yes, here employees are not trained periodically. As per the manufacturing process, employees training is very mandatory time to time. Here, employees did not get any kind of periodic training for skill variances. Behavioral and attitudinal differences exist among the employees. Here, because behavioral and attitude of the employees are totally changed to each other. So, as per giving the services, the behavior can change. If there are two service provider, the first can be very good in the communication and another will be not that much. So that depends which kind of service provider are you going to communicate, or which kind of service provider is interacting with you. That is totally vary from one to another. There are problems. We can take the in the third point, we can take the example of an hotel. If you are going to visit a hills area, there are number of hotels, and you are going to ask for the services, that what kind of services they are giving. So if you compare different hotels, so every hotel is giving different kinds of services, and the professionals who talk to you, that is also different. So that depends on the person, that either they are giving good services, or either they are not giving, or either they are service provider can be changed as per attitude. There are problems arising out of communication. Gap number 4. This is also a gap between the communication and can create a problem to service provider and the consumer. Okay, firm tends to promise more in communication than what they deliver in reality. In the service sector, it is a very big problem that they will promise you that we will provide you this, we will provide you this, and this, all kinds of facilities we are going to give you. But actually, they are not giving. And when you avail the service, then you know, yeah, this kind of problems you are facing. Okay, if you have taken a room in the hotel and there is no any facility of telecom which is interconnected to every room, okay, and they have taught you, they have told you that we will give you the room where you can interconnect, you will found the interconnected phone for order for your food, or you can say you will get a AC, or you will get TV television facility, or if you found the room without these things, so that can create a problem. Okay, so don't promise, as if you don't have the things, please don't promise with the service with the customers about these services. Firms tend to neglect to inform consumer for special effort to assure quality that are not visible to the consumer. Fine tends to neglect to inform consumer of special efforts to assure quality that are not visible to the consumer. It means there are number of service providers who neglect, or you can say who says that we are going to do these things and these things for you, but actually it is not visible for the consumer. So don't sell those things which a consumer cannot see. Okay, always try to do that kind of things which can be tangible, or you can see, yeah, these are the things, or show the photographs of the rooms when you are purchasing the hotels, or when you are going to stay in a hotel. Okay. Point number 5 is it shows the difference between expected services and perceived services. Yeah, gap number 4 says that there will be a big difference when what the service man says, we will do this, we will do this, and there is actual and desired are totally different. Now let's move towards statistical quality control. Basically, statistical quality control meaning is to maintain the quality through the statistical processes or statistical tools and techniques. And research and development, how can we manage the quality through the help of statistical models? Statistical quality control, the use of statistical methods in the monitoring and maintaining of quality of products and services. One method, referred to as acceptance sampling, can be used when a decision must be made to accept or reject a group of part of items based on the quality found in the sample. Basically, statistical quality control method works on the basis of acceptance sampling. Through the acceptance sampling, we can take the decision that the sample lot can be accepted or it will reject. So, second method referred to as a statistical process control used graphical display known as control charts. This is the second method in which we use different process charts or control charts and graphical displays in which we can determine that particular sample will be adjusted or can be rejected. That depends on totally on the statistical decisions. Now, what is acceptance sampling? Assume that a consumer receives a shipment of part called a lot. Shipment of parts means you can say a lot from a producer. Okay. A sample of parts will be taken and the number of defective items counted. If the number of defective items is low, the entire lot will be accepted. But if the number of defective items are high, the entire lot will be rejected. Just take an example of you have purchased a box of mango fruit, okay, for sale, in your particular shop, okay. You have taken the different boxes of mango uh, from the particular wholesalers, and let now you are going to sell it on your retail shop. Okay. When we are purchasing, we did not check each and every mango. So we have taken a sample of each and every different boxes, and then we see that 3 or 4 mangoes which have taken by the 5 of different boxes are defective, okay, and we can say rotten. So what we do, we have take a decision that as per the sampling, the lot is defective, okay. If there are number of mangoes which are defective, so you will reject that particular lot or you will return that lot. So this is called the acceptance or rejection of the sampling. Correct decision correspond to accept a good quality lot and reject a poor quality lot. We have to take a decision as per the acceptance sampling that the lot will be accepted or lot will be rejected. Because sampling is being used, the probability of erroneous decision need to be considered. The error of rejecting a good quality lots creates a problem for the producer. Now, if you are rejecting the particular lot, it can create a problem for the producer who are making these products. Okay, yeah, we can say the wholesalers. The probability of this error is called the producer's risk. Here, this is called producer risk because you are rejected the overall lot. On the error of accepting a poor quality lot creates a problem for the purchaser. After checking the items, you have purchased this lot who have defects and you have purchased after that. That it means it is called a your purchaser risk, okay, because you have neglected these defects, so that can create the problem for you only or consumer. The probability of these error is called consumer's risk. Now the thing is called consumer risk, okay. The degree of an acceptance sampling plans consist of determine a sample size n and an acceptance criteria c. Here sample size denoted by n and acceptance criterion is denoted by c, where c is the maximum number of defects items that can be found in sample and the lot still be accepted. The key is understanding both the producer's risk and the consumer risk is to assume that a lot has some known percentage of defective items. There are some probability of some percentage found in every of the lot that 1% or 5% products are defective. Okay, but after that it can be acceptable because 95% probability says that the product will be good. Okay, compute the probability of acceptance the lot for a given sampling plan. By varying the assumed percentage of defective items in a lot, several different sampling plans can be evaluated and a sampling plan selected such that both the producer and the consumer risk are reasonably low. It means the sampling says that a sample plan selected such as the both we will select the sample as we try to reduce the producer risk as well as the consumer risk. We have to select as per the to take the consideration of producer as well as the consumer. Now, statistical process control. What is statistical process control? Process control use sampling and statistical methods to monitor the quality of an ongoing process, such as production operations. If the statistical process control works or sampling methods used when you are going to check the quality when the process is going on, when the production is going on. A graphical display referred to as a control chart provides a basis for deciding whether the variation in the output of a process is due to common causes or due to out of the ordinary assignable causes. Whenever assignable causes are identified, a decision can be made to adjust the process in order to bring the output back to acceptable quality levels. As per the statistical quality control, we will see that randomly variation can be cleared, or we can say it can be removed or not. Now just see through the control chart. This is a control chart, or can say C chart, in which there are two types of limits are giving. Here we see the number of lot or number of units, and this is the subgroup averages in between the product quality lie. This dotted line shows that the lower control limits and the upper control limits, and this is the central line on which products should lie. But uh, when we have completed the production and sent for the statistical process control, or in between the statistical quality control, we see that some of the products are in the range of upper control limit and lower control limit, but some of the outliers found in the control chart. It means these are the particular products which are having defects or number of defects. Okay, but these can say that can be acceptable, which lie under control limit and lower control limit. These lot can be accepted, which is a little bit vary from the central line, but there is a number of variations, then or this is out of the upper control limit, then it means this kind of product cannot be accepted through the sampling methods or statistical process control chart. So it will go for another process or re-engineering process. Now, Shewhart chart or statistical process control chart. The control chart is a group used to study how a process changes over the time. Data are plotted in the time order. A control chart always have a central line for the average and upper line for the upper control limit, as we already seen in the diagram. Control chart have three essential elements: a central line that represents the mean and average value of the process output, upper control limit and lower control limit. Data point are represent the actual output of the process over time. So C chart, or can say control chart, is over. I hope you understand it. Now let's move towards the P chart. What is P chart? P chart means proportion chart. It is also used for the statistical methods for quality management. A P chart is used to monitor the proportion of defective items in the process over time. Here we monitor how much the proportion of the defective items found in your lot in your production unit. How we can or when we use it? When you are dealing with attributes data, okay, data that can be counted and classified into categories like defectives or not defectives. You can give the attributes that this is a defective lot and this is not defective lot. When the sample size varies, when you see that you have taken the sample from different production units and the sample size varies or changes, how it works, ये कैसे work करेगा? Sample size and periodically a sample of the item is taken from the process. We will take a number of products, or you can say a sample from the overall unit. The number of defectives here D, the number of defective items in each sample is counted. Next one is proportion defectives. The proportion of defective items in each sample is calculated as P equals to D upon N. There is a formula for to calculate the control limits, or we can say through the P chart. The central line CL says the average proportion of defectives, this one P bar, upper control limit, this one, and lower control limit, this one. How can we calculate this? Is through this formula, UCL equals to P bar plus 3 under root P bar 1 minus P bar upon N. Next is LCL, यानी lower control limit. P bar minus 3 under root P bar bracket 1 minus P bar bracket close upon N. Through this formula, we can find the upper control limit and lower control limit. And then if the sample size N varies, the control limit needs to recalculate it. Now, a C chart count the defects chart. इसको हम क्या बोलेंगे? This is a count of defective charts. A C chart is used to monitor the number of defects per unit over time, which the time has given for the production if we are going to monitor and found the number of defects in one unit, or in, we can say, per unit, how many defects we have found. When we are dealing with the numbers of defects in the process that produce a constant number of unit, when the sample size is constant, here the sample size is constant. In P chart, sample sizes varies, but in C chart, sample size is constant. How it works? Sample size. The size of each sample remain constant. Number of defects in each sample is counted. Average number of defects C bar is calculated. Now, control limit. To find out the control limit through the C chart, we use this formula. UCL and LCL. 5S model, benchmarking, quality circles, Oruka Ishikawa TQM, then quality circles. What are the ISO certifications? What are the zero defects and zero defectives? What is POCA yoke? What is benchmarking process? What is business process re-engineering? Steps in BPR, 5S model, Sarvakwal model, statistical quality control. So I hope you like this video.